Hello learners, welcome to Math with Mr. Salim, and today we're going to learn about the square of fractions. When you talk about the square of fractions, you simply mean the fractions you multiply by itself. And we normally have a number or the fraction written in a way that shows we have 2 at the top of it, yeah? So that is normally the raised power. Okay, so here we can simply say fractions multiplied by itself. That gives us the square of fraction. Fractions multiplied by itself gives us the square of a fractions. Let's say, for example, we have 5 over 3, okay? But then this is not a square because it's not raised to power 2, right? So what we do, if we need to make it to make a square out of this fraction, we have to write it in this way. So raised to power 2, okay? So now, if maybe you want to simplify it, you have to do what? You have to multiply both numbers that are at the numerator, and we also have to multiply the denominator. So we have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator. And how are we going to multiply this? Let's first of all expand it and see what we're going to have here. Probably going to have some magic. So 5, this is 5 squared. That's how we can remove this bracket. And then we have 3. So we want to remove the brackets. Outside here we have raised to power 2. So we're going to write the same thing here. Raised to power 2. Now the next step you're going to have here is 5 times 5. 5 squared simply means 5 times 5. And then down here, or at the numerator, we have the denominator, we have 3 times 3. Okay, because 3 squared is simply 3 times 3. So 5 times 5, what do you get? 25. And 3 times 3, what do you get? 9. And that's simple. So the square of 5 over 3 will give you 25 over 9. Is it clear? Perfect. Let's have another example. This is example 1. Let's have another example, example 2. I like it when we have different examples, because in this second example, we're going to find the mixed number now. Let's find the square of a mixed number. Here we have 3 over 5, or 3 over 5. Okay, so let's look at this. What's the square of 3 over 5? What we simply do is we have to change this. Okay, so what we're going to do, we multiply 5 times 1 plus this. So the denominator remains the same. So here we have 5. So what do we have here? 5 times 1 plus 3. Okay. What do we get after multiplying 5 times 1? That's 5 plus 3, that's 8. So 8 over 5. I hope it's clear, right? So once you're done with this, we're still looking, in fact, at the beginning, we can just simply say we have a square here, okay? So the same thing we're doing here. So we raise it to power 2. Then we're going to have 8, we have to remove the bracket, yeah? So 8 squared over 5 squared. So you simply take 8 times 8, and then down here we have 5 times 5. So what do we have when you multiply 8 times 8? That gives you 64. And then what about 5 times 5? That gives you 25. So that's it. We can change it to mixed number, so that, because there is still a way we can change it, right? 25 times 1, that's 25. 25 times 2, that gives us 50. 25 times 3, that gives us 75. It can go here, right? So we're going to stick to 50. So the denominator will remain 25, but then 25 times what? Times 2. 25 times 2 gives us 64. What you do, you can just simply, do the math next to your, if it's your exercise book or anything. You have to be sure, right? So 64 minus 50, what do we get? We get 14, right? So what we have left here is 14. Okay, so 25 times 2 plus 14. That's the square of 1/3/5. I hope it was clear, right? Perfect. So my dear learners, yeah, so let's have this as our take home. I know we always have to end with take home, with exercise. So let's do this as our exercise or practice, yeah? So here I have number 1, find the square of these fractions. 2/4. This, I can just do this. We raise it to power 2 so that you know it's a square, okay? Then the second one, you try this, 3/7 squared. Then number 3, let's have 5/2 squared. And then the last one, 4/1/2. That's also squared. I think that's it. So that's the end of our lesson for today. I hope you enjoy while finding the square of these fractions. See you in our next lesson. Bye.